Hey guys, how's it going? James here from Audio.etc. I want to give a huge shout out to Elliot from Elliot Exclusive Car Audio. He has just started making car audio videos for YouTube. I went over to his channel and it's pretty cool. He's already managed to beat Doug Bernard's harness challenge time already. So go you Elliot, that's awesome. Go over and check out his channel. The link will be up, hopefully I can point it in the right corner, up this side and also in the description. This video is brought to you by him, so thanks Elliot. Hope you enjoy this video. Good morning guys, how's it going? James here from Audio.etc. One of the final stages on Jess's RAV4, going to install the Fusion monoblock amplifier under the driver's seat. It's this little one. Yeah. Okay, now before I just go taking the seat out and mounting the amplifier, this time I'm going to check that it fits and everything before I go doing all that. Because last time with the Sony I didn't check. This amp however is significantly smaller, but there is something under the driver's seat which looks like it's going to get in the way. We'll have a look at it. I need a torch. I'm in the workshop next door, I'm not in the main workshop. I just figured in this side I'd be more out of the way. That way if we have any jobs come in I can do it in there rather than having to move this around. So the question is this amp going to fit in here? I'll just use my phone torch for now. Now there's the piece of metal which I'm talking about, which I think I'm going to have to cut out or something. Because that, I don't know what, oh I know what that's for. You can put a jack in here. I might have to cut that out. Let's see if we can put this in here. This seat does have a cable there. Well, we should have plenty of room, whatever I do. I think I'll probably mount it on like the same way, maybe? Not sure. Maybe I'll mount it sideways like this with the cables coming out the sides. That'd probably be best. What I need to do though, let's face it, for this one I'm not going to be going way over this side, so I don't think I need to worry about the same issue happening again. But I'll probably mount it a similar way to what I did the Sony one, with the feet screwed down at the back, and then I'll make like a little bridge for this side to sit on, and then maybe something for that side as well, I'm not sure. But this one should be much easier to mount. Let's take the seat out. Okay, so I got the seat out, stripped all of the paneling, and took some screws out and got the carpet up to a point where I can, work in the area. And yeah, this thing is welded down, unfortunately not bolted or anything. So trying to decide whether to cut and hack off the vertical piece or try and file off the welds and just take the whole thing out. Because there's a weld here, here, and where else? There and there. That'd be quite hard to get to. Don't know, because I feel like this piece is going to be in the way as well. Because I can probably just come in here with the power file and just file straight on the weld spots, and eventually it will disconnect from the rest of the weld. I might try and cut it with the power file. Okay, I got this metal bracket thing out. Basically, like, as I said, I just used the power file and filed on the welds down to the point where they were no longer really connected, and then I just black zinked over the parts where I filed on the original metal of the car. So that's all done. Now this should be easier to fit the amp in there without that bracket in. Just trying to decide if there's anything I need to do before I fold the carpet back down. Should just let that paint dry first, I suppose, anyway. How long's my power cable that I've got? Power cable is super long. Nice. Maybe I'll try and find some RCAs to use for it. Okay, I got some RCAs here, just some second-hand short green Fusion ones. These actually came out of that green Fusion comparator. If any of you guys remember us, we remember a while ago we had a big green Fusion car audio comparator and we dismantled it. And yeah, these were in that, so I salvaged them. So I'll use those. I've loomed a remote wire to it. What I think I might do now is run these up and connect them to the head unit so that I know how much length I've got to work with down here, because it may be that if this works out shorter, then I may have to have the RCAs on a certain side of the chair, or of the seat, if you know what I mean. So I think I'll hook this up to the stereo first and get that, you know, all in position, and then I'll know how much length I've got to work with down this end. Rather than doing the conduit trick on this metal here, I might just put these RCAs in a bit of conduit themselves. Oh no, I'll do it for you guys, for your sake. Since you guys liked the conduit trick, I'll show you how I do it. So, piece of conduit. It's usually easier once you've got the RCAs through, since the heads are so big. Just find the split side and push it onto there, like that, and then just sort of start pushing it around. I like to have the join at the top. Away, and then get cutters, cut a bit more than what looks like will fit, so that it springs, loads itself into place. Pressure, tension it up, like that, and then it just, oh, that's a bit too much, we don't want it falling off like that. There we go, perfect. I'll do the other two. There we go. Conduit trick done. Now I need to have a tie this into place. Just there, I think. Yep. There we go, that's secured. So now that that is secured, I can put the deck back in. Okay, there we go, stereo's back in. Now I can work down this area. Do I need the carpet up still? Probably the next step is trying to get the amp mounted in place, I think. Okay, that's in position. I quite like the idea, I think, of the amp over to the side there, rather than in the middle, like that. Then A, I can get to the controls, B, 3 of the screws will go through the floor, and I can make like a little bridge for this side like I did for the other amp. I think I'll do that. Good plan. Lots of room, that rail's up really high. Let's check nothing comes anywhere near close when we slide. Nope. Okay, cool. That's where I'm gonna put it. Look under the car and see if there's anything important under there. Nope, no brake lines or fuel lines or anything important underneath where the screws are going to go. So what I can do now is make some holes. Cut for the power wire to come out of. Power wire and remote wire can come just out of here, I think. Power and remote wire, cool. Just need a ground coming out of there now, and then I'll be able to mount the amp down. Oh wait, no, my subwoofer wire. I think I want my subwoofer wire, my 12 gauge. I'm probably actually going to run it down the center of the car, under the carpet. Yeah, I think that's how I want to do it. So mounting the amp will be one of the last things I do. I might go on a time lapse now. Probably been talking my way through it slowly enough now. Done guys, the amp is in, mounted, fully wired up. Just need to put the seat back in and put the rest of the car back together and we'll be golden. Before I do that, I just want to quickly check that turning the car on does turn the amp on. We're not going to get any sound of it out of it at this stage because there's nothing hooked up to the speaker wires at the end of it, at the end of the subwoofer wires. But I can temporarily wire something up in the boot and see if we can get some sound. But let's just check it turns on. Stereo turns on, we get a green light. So it's working, sweet. Let's find something to hook up to it. Okay, just temporarily put this Sony box that's for sale in the boot here. Subwoofer wires, oh I need to strip them, hold on. Negative. Yep, it's got sound. Okay, there we go. Just a real temporary wire up, see how it sounds. It should theoretically sound relatively the same because it's a 12-inch sub and a similar sized box to what I'm going to do. Okay guys, while the GoPro's been charging for the last sort of 20 minutes, I've put the car pretty much back together and I've actually done a bunch of testing and tuning of the amplifier with some songs. I won't show you what it sounds like at the moment with this current subwoofer setup. I'll show you once I've got the actual Fusion one that's going in what it's going to sound like. But I just wanted to get an idea as to what sort of gain to set it at. I've got the low pass filter. I've got the low pass filter on the actual amp turned all the way down because I use the built-in one on the stereo. The gain is at about half, a little bit less than half-ish volume I think, which is about right for the amount of volts that this head unit puts out. I think it's about 4. And obviously bass boost, 0 dB, not 6 or 12. These things are terrible. They kill subwoofers, they kill amps. Always leave them off or on 0. So now I can put the seat back in. I just realized I never really showed you how I had mounted the amp. So obviously I've got a screw through these 3 corners here. Those are all crimped up and in there nice and good. And then this one here, instead of making a bridge because it was slightly offset, I actually made a little U bracket which is screwed through the floor there and there. And that's just like a support. So the amp's really well secured, not going anywhere. See if I can put this back without there being any issues like there have been in the past. Okay, so far I think we're good this time around. Good thing is I can also get to the gain adjustment for this and with the amp in this position, so I can, once I put the new subwoofer in the box that I get, I'll be able to retune it if I need to, just in case the new setup is extremely louder or extremely quieter than the current one. I don't think it'll be much different. Cool, so the subwoofer amp is in, done, tuned, car's back together. As I said before, I'll show you what it sounds like once I've got the subwoofer in here going, and then we'll have a listening test and see what you guys think, see what Jess thinks. Do that in another video, but I figured what I might as well do since I've got a bit of extra time today. I finished it off nice and quickly. Still got another less than 2.5 hours. I might try and do the tweeters in the back since I've still got them to do. So I'll remove these panels like I did last time when I was doing the woofers, and I need to try and find a place to put the tweeters. Okay, so I got this side off and I've just been looking at different locations for the tweeter. I was either going to do it like either on this surface somewhere, this surface, or the top of this surface here. And after having a good look at it, I'm pretty sure there isn't enough depth behind either of these places. I've been putting this in behind there. This is like the back side of the cup, which would be behind the plastic here. And when this is behind there, I can't get the plastic to go back on, so I'm pretty sure there's not enough room to do it anywhere up here. So I'm left with pretty much one choice, which is do it on the top of here, probably at the back. I think I'd like the tweeters, like if this on this side, it'd be like at the back here, firing up, and it'll probably, you know, come up and swish around, and yeah, as good as it would have been to have the tweeter like that. I don't think it's going to be possible unless I do it on these cups or pods or whatever you want to call them. That would be possible, but I just cannot bring myself to like the way these would look. It's not the Rockford Fosgate ones, it's any kind of tweeter cup or pod. I just don't like proud mounted objects like that. I think they just look bad. So I want to do it flush mount. So I think it's going to have to be in the tops of these surfaces here. Well, at least now I've got a plan. This one's going to go here. This is the other side of it. This is what will sit in the top of here, just like that. And then this will catch on the other side. But the thing is, I've got to remember this is wider, so I can't push this right to the edge. I have to put this where it can sit and then mark the center. That's my hole. Okay. Drill. Done. There's a hole in it. Sorted. Okay. Now, size of the hole cover. There we go, guys. There is a hole in it. Deal with it. There's a hole. The question is, does this fit? It's very... Oh yeah, that fits, mate. Just need to burr the edges a wee bit. Cool. That's that done. So the way this tweeter cup works is you put a bolt through this thread, through this one, and thread it into the tweeter, which has a little thread in it. So I need to find the little bolts for those. I need light. I need to do this over on the table, or by the table at least. I need to do this over here by some light. That'll do it. Okay, there's one tweeter in. Let's chuck it back in the car. So the wires, if you watched my other speaker install video, you'll know still bundled up here, ready to go. So these wires just plug into these ones. I might just check that this is going to go. Cool, I can put these back in. Okay, there we go, got that back together. There's the tweeter sitting just nicely on top there, flush mounted. Flush mount really does just look so much better than pod mounted. So it looks like from the outside. I'll time lapse and quickly do the other one, and I'll check back in with you once I've done that side and pretty much done for the day. Sweet. There we go, tweeters are done, both of them. There's the left one that I just did. Probably get the drill out of there before I forget it. I think I need to readjust my gains on the amp, on the 4-channel amp now though, because sounding like those backstage is going to sound quite bright now, so I need to turn it down just a smidge. Yeah, because
Make yourself known.
I can definitely hear the rear stage tweeters quite loudly.
Email advertiser.
Zumbo 96.1. Check us out on Facebook.
That's better. There we go, that's perfect. Now in the front, all you can really hear is the front stage with maybe a tiny little bit of rear stage, and in the back, all you can hear is rear stage, not really anything coming from the front, because those tweeters, as I say, quite prominent, firing up, curving around and going forward. So that's working really well. I really like how they actually turned out. I was worried they weren't going to look very pretty, but they're not that ugly. I'm quite happy with them. Just like that. I went for the, just like the brushed finish trim rings on them, because I could have put on instead, I have these rings here, which they look yellow, but they're not. They've just got a film on them. These are chrome finish rings, and I just think they would have looked a wee bit too blingy for the inside of that car where there isn't that much, you know, shiny material, so I went for those ones. There we go, speakers are done. And close this up, put it back in the boot. So that's probably the last time that I'll have to bring the RAV into work, because the only other thing to do is hook up a subwoofer in a box in the boot, which is definitely something I can do at home. So this is probably the last time we'll see this car here. There we go guys, the RAV4 is pretty much finished for its sound system. As I say, the only thing left to be done is to stick the subwoofer in a box and put it in the boot and listen to it and see how it sounds. That's the only thing left to do. So I'm going to end today's video here. I got the monoblock amplifier installed, tested it, tuned it, made sure it's all going good. It's definitely sounding mean, and I got the tweeters installed in the back, which is something I should have done to begin with, but I was hesitant because I was thinking about rear bass enhancer options, but realistically I should have realized that wasn't even something I should have that I needed to be thinking about, because the 4-channel amp was always going to put out way more power than the head unit ever could. So I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway, I did the tweeters, did the amp, everything worked out really good. Unlike the other amp video, this was a really smooth install. Happy with the way the amp is mounted, happy with the way the tweeters are mounted. It's sounding good. Let's just have a quick listen. This is no subwoofer, obviously.
Ember Drive Show with Azura, Stu and Petra.
So in here, all we can really hear is the front speakers. And then if you go back here, you can hear the tweeters. So just about here, the tweeters kind of just fade out a wee bit, which is perfect. There's a real quick tune for you. When you turn the volume right up like that, the tweeters really seem to come to life. You can hear them even more, which is good. I mean, you don't want them to be firing, making heaps of sound all the time, so that's worked out really well. That's tuned well. I'm happy. Sweet. So yeah, I'm gonna take the car outside now. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the way I did something, you know, don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to drop them. One of my Patreon supporters reached out to me just recently and asked me what it was I was saying at the end of each of my videos and like what it meant and basically the story behind it. If you're like a new subscriber, you probably won't understand it because I explained it a while ago when I first started doing it. I can't remember how long I've been doing it now, but at the end of my videos I say, obviously, thanks for watching, choose to be happy. And the reason I say choose to be happy is because I thoroughly invest in the philosophy that happiness is a choice. If you're ever feeling bad or something isn't quite right, you can always make the choice to just look at the silver lining and be happy. Make your own happiness is essentially the message. And the other thing I say is ka kite anō, which is like, it's Maori. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact translation, but it's like see you later sort of thing. So it is kind of a Kiwi thing, but it's not really Kiwi, it's more Maori based, so that's what that is. So I say ka kite anō and choose to be happy. And yeah, that's what my outro basically is, for those who might have been wondering. So thank you guys for watching, choose to be happy, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Ka kite anō!